Yeah, definitely. So you need somebody to look up to for who working hard and that shit paying off and they stand down, bang, keeping faith, whatever. Definitely look to Ed, So, yeah, never give up on yourself, bro. A lot of us, look up to you from a distance or up close, for our own inspirations and keep us motivated. So, yeah.
Out the concrete jungle, you can make it anywhere.
Welcome to the Dreams by Any Means Motivation Station. I'm your host, Ed Doxson. Today I got a very special guest here in the building. Really, really excited about this episode. A well-known face, well-known name. You probably see him on the gram. You probably laughing about all his videos and everything. But today we got Mr. Goofy here in the building.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Cool, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Cool, man. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, so man, let's just jump right into it, bro. Tell people about yourself, who you are, where you from.
Man, shit, we can cuss, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, I'm a
right?
comedian, actor, writer, boxer, athlete.
Okay.
I'm all of the above, you know what I'm saying? And this something that I learned from shout out to my man Scoop. I'm gonna start saying this in anything I'm interviewed in, you know what I'm saying? But I'm from PG County, Maryland, because you get to a certain extent, they want to say you from DC, but then they want to play with you the whole time. You ain't from the city.
Right.
I'm trying to be from the city. I'm from PG, baby. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Home
up,
of Martin and
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Katie, Tank, Genuine.
Man, they out here.
And the ones that say they from DC is really from PG.
Nah, for real.
That's what's up. So what part of DC you grew up in?
Man, I grew up in Forestville and Upper Marlboro. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got a joke about how my mother moved us out the hood, brought the hood to the...
Okay.
She brought the roaches to Upper Marlboro.
Yeah, so some of those early days, would you say like your comedy was start, not like you doing comedy, but like was you always like a funny guy, class clown?
I was always funny to my group. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like the type of nigga who kicked the door open like, what's up, niggas? Like, nah, I wasn't that nigga, but... If it got to that, if I was comfortable, then that's where it got. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So to my group, yeah, I was always the funny guy.
And the reason I'm asking because, for those listening that may not be familiar with DMV, DC,
right.
When I went away to school, like, I knew about growing up here, but I went away to school like, damn, like, we come from a place where, like, you gotta know how to joke.
Facts.
You gotta be funny.
Facts.
You gotta take a joke, all that. So when people be asking, like, they're telling me, y'all DC niggas be joning. Y'all hit where it hurt.
I learned that, bro. I didn't, I always hear it here, but you know what I'm saying? Of course, we gonna talk big about ourselves.
Right.
But when you go somewhere else, you start joning, and they just, like, the stuff they say, you be like, well, I'm about to cut the shit out. Like, that's what you came with? Like, oh, yeah, it's about to be an embarrassing day for you. Like, and I ain't even the best Jonah, but going other places, they just ain't got it.
Yeah.
A couple places who do got it. Like Philly, they vicious with it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
Yeah, Philly
get
with
it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just only a couple. Other than that, though, we jive like monsters.
Either way. Because with us, it's our delivery. Because me and my man would be like, we'd be turned up in college, we get drunk, we start just cutting each other ass, niggas sitting back dying, like, yo, y'all funny shit, but we just sitting there, boom, 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 face ass, boom, boom, boot ass. We ain't even saying too much.
You know what it is, though? That's what I know, that we don't give niggas a chance to talk back. Like, they just gotta cut in, and it gotta be funny, because we not about to let you say nothing.
Because once you say anything, it's like, that's all you got.
Right, like.
No, facts, bro, that's real talk, man, but, coming from that area, and I mean, now being an adult, and I think this whole area has grown so much from when we was kids in high school and all that. How has, obviously, how are you, like, approaching the whole comedy thing now? Because pretty much what I'm saying now is that it's easy for everybody to pick up a phone and say they doing something, or to put in their bio, I'm this, I'm that. So talk about how you really got serious into this thing outside of just the joning and being the funny guy in the group.
Well, that's the thing, like, I never took a DMV aspect to it. I just also happen to have it too, you know what I'm saying? So I always been like outside of the box type of creative, you know what I'm saying? Like everything I do, even if you watch now, it's gonna be from the left side of your brain. Like how you think of that? Like it's DMV and it's funny, you know what I'm saying? In a different way though.
Right.
But it's just different, and that's been my approach the whole time. And it's not even like I try to do that. That's just my style, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do nothing different. It's just the way I think a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. And that's what I was asking. You mentioned earlier just with the comedy, the acting, the boxing.
Yeah.
Like how do you? And I'm saying like how do you come up with your what's your creative process? You got space you get in? Do it just come to you?
I mean, right now I've been blessed that it's just it's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like to everybody else, it's like, wow. But to me, it's like, this my life. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, this ain't nothing new. Everything I'm saying, like, okay, if I make something else funny, it's cool. But I kind of grew up. We all grew up like, the second something pop up, everybody make a joke about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like, boom, why not? You know what I'm saying? Now it's just on the gram. So
yeah, no, facts, bro. Like, and I'm happy to hear that, because I think sometimes, like, if you don't have a natural approach to some stuff, and it's like you just putting out anything, or your stuff may be wishy-washy.
They'll see you kind of stuck in one world. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
And the world will go ahead, skip right past you when you doing that, and that'd be the worst. You know?
Yeah. So what's some of your influences in comedy? Like, if it's professional comedies, if it's somebody running away, an uncle, anybody. I
tell you this, I got older influencers, and I got influencers who are on the gram right now who just piqued my interest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like my older influences is like, of course, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Cat, Bernie. You know what I'm saying? Just the way some of those dudes think, and it's a lot more, because I like Bill Burr too. That's a white dude.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, it's and you know I've been Jamie Foxx, you know, on stand up. People don't even know he a killer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a killer. Like, he's a killer. Like, you feel me? But those type of minds, the way they came at shit, it was just like,
This
like,
one,
yeah. And I grew up accidentally watching. I wasn't like, I tell niggas all the time, I grew up watching like cartoons, and I mean, I did watch cartoons. Like most niggas grew up watching cartoons, then they converted to BET.
Right.
I grew up watching cartoons and converted to Comic View and comedy and stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that Comic View was classic.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Def Jam. Then that introduced me to Def Jam. Then that's around the time when YouTube came out. So I'm on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything comedy. I still, to this day, if you go to my YouTube, you'll see my playlist is all comedians. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was years before this comedy thing came. That was like 2008. So.
Yeah, definitely, bro. And I seen some of your page. You said that the stage is your therapy. Yeah. And it was kind of like a question I had, before coming here, just thinking like, you really believe in laugh to keep from crying.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I'm a huge advocate of that, because it's almost like, look, I ain't gonna sit here and cry in front of y'all, but I'm gonna make some jokes, and them jokes gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna be like, damn, that's true. Like, you feel me? And sometimes that's a way to come at people. Yeah. I've been told because off the camera I'm kind of serious. You know what I'm saying? So I've been told the way I may say things may be the wrong way to say things to people. So I found putting humor in things is an easier way to transfer it to you. Like, if I can make it funny to you, and you might be able to see it better. But if I just say it to you, you're gonna be like, nah, you playing with me. I'm like, nah, it's true. But I'm gonna say it this way now. Now you got it.
Right. So. Yeah. And you just mentioned something about Jamie, about his stand up. And I know with a lot of time in comedy, they'll be like, oh, this person funny on stage, but they're not funny in the movie, or they funny in the movie, but not funny on stage. So for you, what's more difficult, or I wouldn't say difficult, what's more challenging when it comes to doing a stand-up show compared to putting out a video or short movie on the gram or YouTube?
All of it is my world, so nothing is difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. The only thing I do find difficult is when they try to put me in a role that ain't me. You feel me? Like, and that's what I tell people. I want to be more like a Martin or Eddie, to wherever they put me in is damn near like, you looking at it like that's Martin, but that's whoever Martin playing right now. Like, Martin Payne ain't Martin real name, but you think that is after watching it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I will say I find challenging. I realize as a creator, like, and a comedian, I don't want to be put in these positions where, a lot of people will go for just acting roles. I'm not going for just acting roles. If it don't match my image wholeheartedly, I'm not trying to fucking audition for Batman. I ain't Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't close to that nigga.
Right. But also too, just thinking just thinking on the other side. So say as your career continues to grow though, would you be kind of like just not open to that? When they say with actors and stuff, you got to stretch out your comfort zone and all that.
So this is what I say. I would grow how Jamie Foxx grew. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm willing to learn and grow if it's fun. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't geeking for the bread. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So if it's fun, and once I watch it, I'm like, damn, that's slick. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm with it. But yeah, I ain't going on that other side, doing nothing unnecessary.
Yeah, man, one thing I've noticed, with you, Fat Marco, just a lot of different comedians, right? I think it's something that, and I'm sure people may have already applauded y'all for it, but I think y'all definitely should be applauded for like, from what I'm seeing, y'all really kind of started a unity thing.
Oh, fact.
Because what I'm saying is like comedy been around. We had Red Grants, we had the different people from DC you might see in the movies, but it never was a thing. Like we see y'all linking up, doing films, going to Cat Williams shows together, hosting y'all own stuff being together. So talk about how y'all got into that space, because I feel like the rap community has already kind of been on that.
Yeah.
But how did y'all like come together and say, man, we gotta come together instead of just like really being competitors with each other?
All right, so this is my thing. Let me start by saying this statement. I will work with anybody who is displaying work. We don't have to be on the same level. If I see you trying to work, then I'm putting my hand out there. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, and I wouldn't say I'm the first person to reach out to everybody, but my thing is, listen, I'm all for togetherness. I know for a fact, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know this, but I know for a fact it's more than enough money for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
way more.
and how I think about it like this: if we go out of town, right, we all gonna have to be together regardless. So if we get locked up, you know what I'm saying? We all gonna have to. We all from the same place, so we automatically a group, and that's how I carry it. You know what I'm saying? So if you carrying your own weight, you know what I'm saying? If basically you doing what you do, and I'm doing what I do, and we can come together and do something. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you got 2 followers. If you trying, cool. I see what you doing here. Let me see what I can do to mess with you, and then we do that. You know
right. So, nah, for sure, bro. What's your family background? Because I feel like as I'm interviewing you, hearing you talk about some of the stuff you believe in morals and everything, it sounds like you got a solid foundation. So what's your family background?
For sure. So I got I got a twin brother. Okay. I got a little brother, an older brother, and an older sister. So you know what I'm saying? With that, you heard brother a lot. So you know what I'm saying? Like so we got that type of foundation. Like I'm a brother person. You know what I'm saying? But I'm that brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's kind of how I always thought, like, all right, I gotta lead the troops. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my mental. I gotta lead the troops. You feel me? And leading the troops within men is different because you can't necessarily be like, look, I'm in charge. You know what I'm saying? Women, that's easy, but with men, you gotta know. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have an influence over it, without pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Right.
It can't just be y'all gonna listen to me. It gotta be like, y'all listen to me, and this is why. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we gonna go. If you know what I'm saying, if y'all accept my guidance, you know what I'm saying. So it's just a little different.
For sure. How have you adjusted to, like, being in the DMV, maybe not being like, coach, I'm sure you probably knew people before, you done boxing and all that, but going from like with strangers coming up to you, asking for pictures and stuff like that, how's that been?
I tell niggas this is so funny. I gotta, cause ultimately I was initially introverted, you know what I'm saying? So what I created in my mind is automatic responses. So if I hear my name, I'll have a response already ready, you know what I'm saying? Something that I feel like is like, all right, they'll take that and get the hell out of my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it all depends on the interaction, you know what I'm saying? Because some people just all to heart DMV. So a nigga might see me across the street like, you ugly as shit. So, I got to go back at them. But you know what I'm saying? But some people might be like, man, I love you. You this, you that, you this. Yeah. And honestly, it's hard for me to take all that. But I feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find my own. Like, I appreciate you. Like, like, I'm me. Why you saying this to me? You feel me? Like, so it's always a different experience.
Yeah, and you know what I think people notice? Like, being from this area, even I've seen it with the people who got famous. So even people might get a little fame, even local fame, right? Like, it's different for us because growing up, it ain't like we had a bunch of famous people. Facts. I used to tell people before, like the Wale, that whole, thing, like, people laughed at you in DC if you rap. It's a joke. Everybody's trying to be a
that nigga had to go through the struggle. Niggas don't understand that, like, Go-Go was the only thing. Like, you rapping. You thought you was Lil Wayne? Like, Lil Wayne's the only nigga who can rap around here. Like,
nah, for real. Especially during that era, right? So it's like, I noticed that with DC people with, in a sense, is like, we just kind of like, I just think, even when you look at, like, they don't even say DC DMV, you look at the KD, you look at the Wale, like, the backlash or the way they interact with the media and stuff. It's almost like we just never could be fit for fame because we already just got that chip on the shoulder. I mean, because in a sense, it's like, I feel like we already see ourselves as superstars because our culture's so unique.
I think it's because, we have a chip on our shoulders because when the media hit us in this area alone, our area don't back us up. You know what I'm saying? So like if a little baby say something, the whole Atlanta like y'all got us fucked up.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
That's real shit.
But our area don't back us up, so we feel alone attacking them. And sometimes we look in our area is with the shit. You know what I'm saying? With they shit. So it make us feel like, man, fuck it, we alone in this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We alone. So that's I think that's the aspect on. I think that's what's really happening in a lot of people here. And every man take that different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. KD laugh it all off. Wale is emotionally detached, whatever fuck he's going to. You know what I'm saying? So he, everybody, and once you start feeling alone, you know what I'm saying? You don't get, you know what I'm saying? Shit just get a little hunchy.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And it's like when I think about that, like you just mentioned something about people being from here, or like their city backing them. Mm-hmm. I noticed that a lot in DC where, and Wale manager said this one time, old manager said this one time in the video, he was like, we had learned that we had to go get love elsewhere and then come back and get the love, especially for that. So, like, I want to ask you, like, have you seen your I'm sure your fan base expand outside of DC, but have you seen other areas of like, damn, Philly really fucking with me, Jersey really fucking with me, anything like that?
Specifically Philly.
Yeah.
I went to Philly a couple, shout out to Philly for sure. You know what I'm saying? I love Philly. Yeah. I went out to Philly a couple times, and the way they treat you, and it's because they don't know you, they don't know your background, they didn't grow up with you, they don't know the school you went to. You a star out there. You know what I'm saying? You're a star wholeheartedly. They ain't against nothing you say. Yeah. You feel me? You come back here, they automatically judging you. You know what I'm saying? And I swear on both hands, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some niggas, and I be like, man, I know what you really on. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't for me to put it out there. I'm never gonna be the nigga who be like da 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 da. But still, on the other hand, I don't understand how people can't see how people can grow. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, niggas can grow just like that. It can be 1 year, and a nigga could change into something completely different. So you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and kind of spinning back to the togetherness, it makes me think about, we talk about the comedy scene, we talk about rap, modeling. I mean, it's low key, like, it's a lot of people from DC doing a lot of lit stuff in the country.
When we leave, we up. I'm telling you. Up. Like, you be like, oh, you from DC? Like,
and then when you meet somebody, you kind of be thrown off. It's like, oh, damn, I met somebody. Like, when I moved to Vegas after undergrad, met somebody there from DC. But, if Rip, you like, what part of DC you from?
Yeah. Because like, are you really from DC? Or like, what's going on?
It'd be hard to believe, like, man, somebody made it. But my part of that question is that, what do you think it's going to take for us to, for example, like, all right, I feel like it should be an event, and this should be normal where when we go into this venue, it should be Goofy, Marco, Taraji, Glizzy, Wale, Katie, somebody from the Wizards, Tony Lewis, community people, like all in one that's doing stuff on a national scale. Yeah. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist between some small circles, but I don't think it's like in Atlanta or Houston. So what you think we need to do to get there?
I think what needs to happen is that each one of those arts need to connect. Mm-hmm. So what I put as my equivalent is like a Big Flock right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or 3-0 Black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We need to hop on the phone because we you know what I'm saying? And this has nothing to do with our personal relationship. But I'm saying we need to hop on the phone, and if I'm in a 3-0 Black video, that creates this is a DMV thing. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And now all of my fans, their fans, and let's say it's an artist or the hottest videographer, so on and so forth. If you keep making them collabs like Atlanta did back when Lil Duval was in T.I. video, that made them go up. You know what I'm saying? Because you either watching it for one thing or another. You feel me? And as you continue to do this, is what I just feel opinion wise. I feel like as you continue to do that, you create a unity that people on the back end are watching, going up like, all right, that's a bet. That's how we need to do it. So we all got to stay together when we go somewhere. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? So
because there's so much talent. People say about their cities all the time. Yeah. But like for me,
it's proven here.
Yeah, and it's like really I'm a music fan, right? So I watch all the rappers from the Chi to Memphis, the A to this, and when I watch them, right, they got similarities to some of these other cities I named. But DC is like, you see it, it's like, you're not going to see that nowhere else. Yeah. Like maybe the words they say, maybe what they wear, whatever, you're not going to see that nowhere else. Yeah. So that's why I be baffling me sometimes. Like, damn, why the city ain't got they run?
Because people legitly, and it's not even like I'm from here, so I'm saying anything, but people legitly take the styles and go out somewhere else and emulate it and do that stuff. But that's just because they know. It's like catching... like in the comedy world, it's like catching a small comedian tell some good ass jokes, and an older comedian like try to take his whole style because they know they can.
And
you know
people
what I'm saying?
admitted to that. Kanye admitted to the fashion.
Yeah.
And it kind of go too when we talk about DC, man. I was on this. It was like this conference call. I was on for this music thing, and it was a A&R from Interscope. Cool guy, right? And he was telling me straight up because he's from DC, so I just asked him like, hey, what's up with like DC artists getting main deals? And he said, to be honest, he said, I had a record exec tell me, like, he said, man, he was talking to the rappers. He said, the rappers, they're good, but they already think they're great. So he was like, we can't really, he said, we can't help them.
That's a DC mentality.
Yeah, because
I tell niggas that all the time. That's the DC mentality, like, humble yourself.
And it help you, but it hurts you more than it helps you, because you got to, like, use an advantage of your confidence.
Yeah, it should just be an image. You shouldn't really be, like, know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In all respects. I know who I am.
Yeah.
You feel me? But always, I call it, this is what when my name is, I call it playing goofy.
Yeah.
If I meet like a, let's say a Red Grant for another city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's say a comedian who, he ain't the biggest, but you know what I'm saying? He up there.
Moving, yeah.
When I meet him, it might be some stuff he's saying to me that I already know. But I'm going to listen to him. You feel me? Because he, you know what I'm saying? He might be able to open doors for me. But DC niggas and a lot of PG niggas too, they get in and, oh, this nigga cheese. I already know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I've been past that. I'm good. But it's like, nigga, that ain't the point. It's the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
like,
you don't know what it's going to lead to.
Yeah, so it's, that's our mentality, and it hurts to watch. You feel me? Because we do have it. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, like, niggas, that I seen this, I forgot where I seen this at, and I want people to hear this. People, I actually seen it on a little TikTok. Niggas love to support people who aren't confident. But they down people who are confident until, like, say you support people who aren't confident until they get confident, and then you down them again. Like, it's weird as shit. Like, so you gotta kind of play the line. You feel me? Or they going to subject you to, I don't want to support him. He thinks he's it already. You feel me? It's like, what you want me to be? You know what I'm saying? Just like Lizzo. At first it's like, oh no, I don't want to rap, I'm fat. Okay, cool. So now she confident about that shit. Now everybody going on her. What you want her to do?
Why you moving around like this?
What you want her to do?
It's a lot of stuff like that. And I think that's what, the internet has gave everybody an opinion and everybody a way to persuade a narrative. Like, I told somebody, if I ever be famous, I said, bro, I would never have Twitter. But they be lighting people up on Twitter so hard, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Get on Twitter if you want to hurt your own feelings. read YouTube comments, you want to hurt your own feelings. Like,
I was about to ask you that. Do the YouTube comments, any comments ever get to you? But you probably
they only get to me if it's real personal, and I mean real personal.
Yeah.
Like, I like, this a ghost page, and I know who this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't, and the nigga could say whatever. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping.
And that's part of the fame. You gotta,
Yeah.
How is your family adjusted to, like, you and these aspirations?
My mom love it.
Yeah.
She trying to get free everything.
Yeah.
She telling, you know who my son is? You know Chipotle? Like, I'm like, shit.
She's going everywhere. If I got your face on the shirt, all that.
Yeah. It's a number one fan right there. Number one supporter for sure. And then, man, of course, my brothers, like, they cool with it. They just look at me like me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
ain't really saying,
And I mean, they see what's going on, but they just like.
And you say you being yourself too. So.
Yeah, I respect that they just coming at me like me. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that'd be funny is my brothers know that I was like introverted, so they know I wasn't like a big talker. So they like, you know what I'm saying? They know how I used to be. I used to go to interviews and be damn near scared to say my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's just they just think that's funny, but other than that, nothing.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about, like, as you talk about getting in a position of being an influencer, gaining more fame, gaining followers. One thing that goes on, I ain't gonna see just the city, but the DMV area right now in general, history of violence, a lot of violence going on. Right. What's your perspective on that, man? Like, as an influencer, you can use your influence, but we ain't gonna just end 30-year beefs, 20-year beefs has been going on. So when we talk about that violence, though, like, how do you think, like, in some ways to kind of get these youngers in the streets?
I think the best way to end the violence ain't gonna be to tell them not to do their beef, but to give them a alternative that will let them not even see that it's beef. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, what you realize is everybody in the DMV is trapped in a box. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think outside of this.
Small city, small amount. Yeah.
So like me just getting around, like let's say me just getting around a youngin who never even thought he could meet because in his head I'm a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him like, yeah, you funny. Now I just opened up a door. Now his mind like, you know, I was gonna go beef to get attention. But now I'm gonna be funny to get attention, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, and it's in every field, like especially with that boxing stuff. Like when you realize you have a gift, or and this gift can touch people in other places, or just simply going on a trip. Like a lot of people in DC and all that, like they ain't never been fishing, or they ain't never been like just small stuff that can really like you know what I'm saying. Shout out to 11-year-old who just won a dirt bike championship. You know what I'm saying. He from PG, and it's like solid. It's like damn, like all he had to do was see that dirt bike, you feel me? And that's what's wrong with a lot that's going on. They don't see nothing else. Yeah. They just see what's directly in front of them, and eventually that's all you got to do. Okay. Is step into that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you, bro. Because I think the crazy thing is I was thinking about it the other day when I was like, damn man, the young is wild, they doing this. And then I was thinking about it, I was just like, I'm like, man, it's 2022. No, that was in high school. That was like 08, graduated 2010. But I'm like, bro, the same stuff was going on. Or when you think about, it'd be like, my man probably was wild a little more. So it's
like, see, the difference was, shout out to Ron Moten. Yeah. The difference was that when we was that age or when we was younger, we always had somewhere to go. You feel me? True. Let's say like, if it was the club, all ages club, or if it was the PG Parks and Plan, anything, you feel me? And that's what separates, like, that's what separated, like, all right, here's the group of athletes or whatever between this. Now the athletes, the nerd, everybody got the gun, you know what I'm saying?
And everybody got a bag now too. Yeah. Like growing up, it was like you maybe hustle, your peoples might have money, but now you got the scamming, you got this. And I was, like you said, we was talking about that too, and I was like, the power of the internet. Because like somebody was talking about the other day, you know, people say, and shout out to DPR and all the rec centers, they was like, yeah, we need to bring back all night rec, all like this. And when they was talking in the chat, we was like, bro, these youngers not going to the rec no more. Because the rec not the go-to spot. For us, it was the go-to spot. I told my man, I said, bro, they in high school going on vacations to Thailand. Like, we wasn't doing none of this as kids. So I think for them, they exposed them more. So it's like, you really got to bring them in a way different way, because it's like, you can't say, oh, you can
still get them in the rec, but it's just how you pull them in the rec. What y'all doing in the rec?
Exactly, because we know how it go. You in the rec, you cooling. In the rec, you're not doing nothing. You chilling or playing ball. Yeah. So if you ain't doing nothing productive, as soon as you go back outside, you back into that world.
It's incentive, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, they got money for incentive, you know what I'm saying? So it's incentive, and you right, niggas, young niggas is touching bag right now. You feel me? Bag. I'm like, damn, I wasn't like that when I was that age.
I be looking at what they be wearing in high school, bro. Like, when I was in ML, I'll never forget, only niggas that had products is niggas that hustling. It was like five niggas. Five niggas, bro. Everybody else be 2 for 89, Shoe City, Air Force One, New Balance. So I be looking now, I be like, my little cousins, I'm like, damn, niggas wearing Prada shirts, Dior shirts in high school? Man. I was feel like a 5 for 20 t-shirt.
Man, it was different. You know what I'm saying? You knew who was getting money. You knew the rest was regular. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man, for sure. One question I asked all the guests to come on here, bro. We talk about dreams by any means, motivation station. We talk about any means, by any means. That's something I live by. That's like my go-getter mindset, all that. So I ask people at the time, what was an any means moment? And an any means moment for you, man, like it was a moment where, man, your back might have been against the wall, odds stacked against you, or you took a risk, or you did a show, or, you know, something last minute. Like, what was that moment that you just put it all in there? Like, it was something that, you know, helpful for you.
I put it all in there?
Yeah, you go.
No.
There you go.
That nigga said, when you put it on. He getting serious, ain't he? Shorty going off. Going to fire. Hey, Margo, what's up with your cousin?
No, but like one of the moments where like really like it was a defining moment. And it don't even got to be comedy. It could have been preparing for a boxing match, anything. Where you feel like you know what I'm saying, like did your thing and then you got results.
I would say it was just, okay, so right before when I was doing comedy, I was always like doing like another job starting off. You know what I'm saying? But not I was a plumber. I didn't have a bunch of other jobs. Gotcha. So when I decided like, look, I gotta stop doing this and go full on into what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that leave me broke or not. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put all my money, camera equipment, all that stuff, and I'm gonna leave myself to a point where I have to make this money back using this equipment or else. You know what I'm saying? And then when I did that, I realized like, damn, I should have been did this. You know what I'm saying? Back against the wall, make everything. You know what I'm saying? Now everything's in front of you. You feel me? So it's like, once I started doing that, then I started taking that mindset on with everything. Like, if I go to a comedy show, I would do this thing where I psych myself out. Like, nah, I don't need to perform here. I'm good. Now, every single time, nah, I don't care if I'm scared or not. I don't care who here. Yeah. You feel me? Because I need to get bumped. And that done got me so many shows, like, just off, you know what I'm saying? Just off of, man, I seen you. You was funny. You feel me? Like, and you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, it's a little different now. Now I got to pick and choose what looks good for my image. But at that time, that was the best thing for me to do, is just to go crazy at everything. And I was able to split that little thin line between, oh, you just a social media comedian, to now the old heads. Like, nah, Youngin is a comedian. He just on social media.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so. And
it's key you say that, because that's how, when I look at your page, that's what I get. It's normally go to somebody's page, it's like comedy, you know, remember the Vine days, everybody got that's what you kind of think, oh, this person online, you know, comedy person. But when I go to yours, it's like I see movies, I see boxing, I see short films, I see this, I see that. So it's like, you really kind of come off as like, I like, this guy's doing the whole package. Like, and that's something Kevin Hart said in one of his recent interviews that stuck out to me. He was like, his influence was Eddie Murphy, because he was like, nobody never crossed over to Hollywood and was able to be still funny, but still just grow and get that type of money with the movies. Like, so.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was definitely the Michael Jordan of that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
he was
saying?
turned.
Michael Jordan. This is how I describe it. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy is my Michael Jordan. Martin is my Allen Iverson. Reason why is he brought being urban to comedy extremely hard. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Martin, you like, that's you true. Can dress however you want to, but he still was funny. You know what I'm saying?
Martin was joning.
He brought the street to, like, you like, oh, like, this is us. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, cool, you feel me? And then surrounding that is like the rest of the players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Kevin Hart would be an equivalent to LeBron right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's super well rounded. You can't really, you know what I'm saying? You can't fuck. He can act. He could be funny. Niggas trying to say funny. He ain't talking to us no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He talking to niggas who throw Fendi belts away. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not talking to hood.
That's true.
You know like,
when people say, I be lost when people say certain people ain't funny. I'm like, funny.
What are you watching? And I understand. All right, he playing the same character in the movie. That's what they paying him to do.
Right.
You feel me? Like, he can't get what you want him to get on there. Like, what's up, niggas? Like, no, like, not gonna do that.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man, for sure, bro. So, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show, bro. You can leave the people with some last minute motivation words, comedy, whatever you want to do, man. Let them know you on Dreams by Any Means.
Man, look, I'm on Dreams by Any Means. It's your boy Goofy, and keep looking out, man. I'm gonna grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm gonna say for you.
Yeah, no questions, bro. Appreciate you.
If you want to make an impact in any industry and any opportunity in life that you can, you wanna be a king, you wanna be a provider for your family, then you find your purpose and then you attack it and you put everything you have behind that.
When it's on choppers, to me it's a throwback. Spot in Miami, I'm free in the Kodak. Bull on the lamb, then mention my Zodiac. I'm having Zoom calls back of the Maybach.